Today we're going to be going over how to add pop-ups to your website. There's basically a couple of different reasons why you might want to add a pop-up to the website. One is you may want to have something, well, basically anytime you want to have something that when people get into your website that they can't miss, you want to add a pop-up to it. This could be something like an announcement that the church will be closed on Sunday due to bad weather. You want to make sure everybody sees that. Another reason might be you might have a special event that you're doing at the church and you might want to make sure everybody knows about it. So when they get into the website, a pop-up appears and it lets them know what's going on. There's basically two ways that we can do this. One way is very easy. You if you have an image made up, there's just a small amount of information that you want to share, and you have an image for the pop-up. You can add the pop-up in this way, just add the image. And the other way is if you have more information that you want to share, more than would fit on a pop-up, that's going to require one more step. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to show how to make a pop-up if you already have an image made up. You just have a small amount of information. You have an image for it, so you get into your dashboard. You're going to go over here to Pop-Up Maker, click on All Pop-Ups, and we see there's no pop-ups right now on the site, so we're going to add one. Go up here to Add Pop-Up, click on that. Every pop-up needs a name, so we're going to name this one. This is an advertisement for our Christmas Eve service. So we'll just call this Christmas Eve. And this, whatever you put into this will not show up on the pop-up or on the website anyplace. This is just so you know what the name of this pop-up is. If you want to add something that will show up on the pop-up, you would add that down here. But in this case, we're just adding an image. So all we're going to do is we're going to go right down here to the body part of the pop-up. We're going to click in here. Then we're going to click on Add Media, and I can either add media from some of the media which I have currently on my website, or I can go over here to Upload Files, and I can add media from my computer. I can go on to Select Files and navigate to a place on my computer where the image is that I want to select, and click on it, and then click on Open, and it will add it to my website. Now I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to select from some of the media that I already have on my website, so I'm going to cancel out of this. And I'm going to go back to this Media Library tab, and here's all the media that I currently have on my website. I want this image right here, so I'm going to select that. I'm going to go down here to Insert into Post. And now it adds it to my post here. Now I know this image is bigger than this. So what happens is sometimes by default when you add a picture to your website, it will downsize it to a predetermined size. So in order to get the full size image, I want the full size image to show up in the pop-up. I'm going to click on the image. I'm going to go down here to the pencil, click on the pencil. And right here where it says size, we can see that it has been downsized to a medium-sized picture by default. I want the full-size picture, so what I'm going to do is click on the arrow and select full size. And that will make the picture full size. I'm going to click on Update, and now you can see this is a much bigger image than was on there by default. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add this to a page. I want to add this to the home page. So what I'm going to go over here, I'm going to go over here to Conditions. I'm going to click on the drop down, and I want this to appear on the home page. So I'm going to go down to Pages. I don't want it to appear on all pages. I want it to appear on a selected page, only the home page. So I'm going to click on Pages Selected. And then it will ask me which page do I want. So I'm going to just put my cursor in there and start typing in home. And all I have to do is start typing it in, and then it will, that whatever page you start typing will come up. I'm going to select that, and now this will appear on my home page. I'm going to scroll down here, and I'm going to go to theme settings, and this is basically the styling of the box that the pop-up is going to appear in. I'm always going to click on the drop down and select DL Church for this. Then I'm going to scroll down a little bit further, and I'm going to go in this box here that says triggers, and I'm going to click on this drop down here, and I'm going to click on auto open. I'm always going to do this every time I create a pop-up. Click on auto open, and then click on add. And now I've made all the changes I need to make for this pop-up. I'm going to go over here to publish, and I'm going to publish this pop-up. Now the pop-up's been published. I'm going to go back over here to my actual site, and I'm going to refresh page, and now when I refresh, the pop-up appears. Say the Christmas Eve service has been already done, and you want to remove this pop-up from the website so it doesn't come up every time somebody gets on the home page. I'm going to go back into my dashboard, and I'm going to get back into my pop-up, and so I can see back over here where the condition under which the pop-up is going to appear has been selected. I selected my home page. I'm just going to get rid of this selection. I'm going to get rid of this being selected on the home page. I'm going to go over to the X, click on that, scroll down to my publish box, and I'm going to click on update. Oops. Go back here, it sort of got me out of it. I'm going to click on update, make sure that circle goes for a couple of seconds. And now when I go back into my actual home page and click refresh, the pop-up does not appear. So that's how to add a pop-up, and that also shows you what to do when that event is done and you don't want the pop-up to show up anymore. That's what you do. So now I'm going to go over the kind of pop-up that you're going to make if you have more information that you want to share than just a small amount like this. So when I want to add more information, what I'm going to do is I'm going to first of all create create a page, and then I'm going to create a pop-up, and I'm going to link that pop-up to the page with the more information. And that might be a little bit confusing, but we'll just go over it step by step. So I'll show you first of all the information that I want to share is all this information here. So that, as you can see, that's way too much information for a pop-up. So I'm just going to put a small amount of the information on the pop-up itself, and then I'm going to link to a page with all of the information on it. And that would be the best way to show a lot of information and still use the pop-up feature. So what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to create a page. So if I go into my dashboard again, I'm going to go into the main home part of the dashboard, and then I'm going to create a page first. So I'm going to go down here to pages, and then all pages, and now I'm going to create a new page, and this new page is going to be called Christmas Eve. Well, actually, we'll call it something different. This is going to be a different pop-up, so I'm going to call this Jazz Festival, because that's the pop-up that has all the information on it. So we'll name it Jazz Festival. And then we're going to put all the information that we want to show on this page. So I'm going to go back to the place where I have all that information. It could be, you could have this information in an email. It could be in a Word document. I have it in Notepad, so I'm just going to copy all that information from Notepad. I'm going to go back to my website page, my Jazz Festival website page, and I'm going to paste it. Oops. Click in here, and then I'm going to paste it into my page. And here it is on my page, and I can style it a little bit if I want to. If I want to make this part stand out a little bit more, I can highlight that part, click on bold, and then it stands out a little bit. But say I just want that to be a little bit bigger, so I'm going to go over to font sizes, click on 18 point, my font size, and now it stands out even more. Then I want to create a little bit of space between that and the next line, so I'm just going to push that down a little bit. And that's going to be my page that I will send people to from my pop-up. And then I'm going to publish this page. And now I want to grab the link of this page on the website. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here to where it says View Page. I'm going to click on that. And that takes me to the actual page on the website. It has all the information on it. Here's where I'm going to want to send people to from the pop-up. So I'm going to go up here and I'm going to grab this link. To grab the link, all I do is click on it, highlight it, right-click, and then copy that link. Now I'm going to go back into my website again. So I go over here to the name of the website. And then I go down here to the drop down where it says dashboard, and that takes me into the main dashboard of the website again. Now I'm going to create the pop-up. I've already created the page that I want to send people to. Now I'm going to create the pop-up. So here we do the same thing. We go over to Pop-up Maker and all pop-ups. And now I'm going to create a new pop-up, and I'm going to create the Jazz Festival pop-up. This one does not show up anymore because I removed that condition, so there is no more pop-ups showing up on the website, even though I have one created here. So I'm going to create a new one. I'm going to go up to Add Pop-up. I'm going to name this one again. I'm going to call it Jazz Festival. And now this time I'm not going to put an image in here. I'm going to put a small amount of information that will get people's attention, and if they want more information, they'll click on a link which will take them to the page which I just created. So I'm going to go back over to Notepad here, and again, this information may be in Word, maybe in a Word document, maybe in an email. I'm going to go over here, and I'm just going to grab this small amount of information on the top of this Notepad document here, and this is all I want to appear on my pop-up. So I'm just going to grab that small amount, I'm going to copy that, I'm going to go back to my pop-up page here, and I'm going to paste that information in there, and this is all that will show up in the pop-up. Sometimes in order to make it look a little bit nicer, we can center this information, so I'm going to highlight it all, go up here to align, and I'm going to align this in the center. And maybe again I want to, in the pop-up, maybe I want to make this part stand out a little bit more, so I'll make that bold. And maybe I want to make the font size a little bit bigger too, so I'll make that 14 point. And this is what I want to show up in the pop-up, so I'm all set there. So because we're in a pop-up here again, we're going to have to create our condition. I want this to show up on the home page. So I'm going to click on the down arrow, scroll down to Pages, click on Pages Selected, and then I'm going to start typing in Home again, and select the home page where I want it to show up. I'm going to go down here to Theme Settings again, and I always select DL Church. I'm going to scroll down further, and I always want to create the same trigger. I want to go down here, click on the down arrow, and auto open. Do that same thing every time. Go up to it, add, click on that, and now actually I need to do one more thing. I need to create a link to that page which I created before. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a text link at the bottom of this pop-up. I'm just going to put my cursor here at the end. I'm going to hit enter, and I'm going to put something like more information. And now I want to turn this into a link. I want to turn it into a link. I want to link this back to that page which I created before, which has all the information on it. And because I copied and pasted something in between when I copied that link last time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and copy that link again. I'm going to go back to that page which I created. So in order to do that, I'm going to have to save what I have here first. So I'm just going to go down here, click on update. Okay, and now that's all saved. So now I'm going to go back over to that page which I created. So I'm going to go over to Pages, All Pages, and I'm going to find the page which I created called Jazz Festival. There's actually two in this case because I created one before, but I know this is the one that I want to link to. I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to, this is the page which we created before, so I'm going to go up here into View Page, and I'm going to view that page on the actual website. Now I'm going to go up and copy this link. I'm going to go click on it, right click and copy it. And now I'm going to go back to my pop-up again. So I'm going to go back over here to the name of my site, and then I'm going to click on Dashboard. And I'm going to go back up here into my pop-up which I created, Pop-up Maker, All Pop-ups. And now here's the one which I just created. I'm going to get back into that one again. And I'm going to go over here to More Information. This is what I want to link to that page, so I'm going to highlight it. And I'm going to scroll up a little bit so I can see all my icons up here. I'm going to click on this paperclip, which is how I create a link. And I'm going to paste that link right here. Then I'm going to go over here and click on Apply. Now I'll click off of this, and now we can see this is now a link to that page. So I'm going to go up here, or actually down here to where it says Update. The first time that you click on this, it will say Publish, and from that point on it's going to say Update. I'm going to click on Update here. And now when I go back over here to my actual home page on my site, and now when I click on refresh, the pop-up that I see is this, is the one I just created. And with a link here to the page with all the information on it. See, I just put a small amount of information in the pop-up. And if they see this and they like what they see and they want more, they just go down here to click on more information. And that takes me to the page where I have all the information on it. Now, one thing I noticed, if I go back into here to my home page, one thing I noticed is that the styling got a little bit off. For some reason, this became left justified, and this whole pop-up here is probably a little bit wider than I would really want it. So I'm going to show you how to edit a pop-up and make it look a little bit more how you want it to look. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our dashboard, get back into our pop-up again that we're working on, and we can see this text here got pushed back over to be left justified instead of centered. So I'm going to highlight it, and I'm going to center it again, and I'm going to, and so now this is centered, but I also want to make the whole pop-up a little bit more narrow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down here to display settings, and I'm going to change the maximum width to something that's going to be more, it's going to make our pop-up look a little bit better. How it was before was, you know, this, once we get to do this for a while, we get to know what pixels, you know, how big a certain amount of pixels is. I would say this here is probably about 800 pixels. I would want this probably more like about 400 pixels wide. And this is just, you'll get a little bit of experience the more you do this. So I'm going to go back into my dashboard and back into my pop-up, and I'm going to set the maximum width to 400 pixels. Now I'm going to go back up here, and I'm going to update my pop-up. And now I'm going to see how it looks. I'm going to go back over to my home page again. I'm going to get rid of the old pop-up. And now I'm going to refresh. And now the pop-up looks more like how I want it to look. And so that's how I add a pop-up that has more information on it than you can really fit in the pop-up. That's how we do that.